Let's have a look at social media tools. Social media intelligence is a branch of OS Int. It refers to the information collected from social media websites. Information collected via social media may include posts or comments, multimedia contents, metadata, and interactions. Let us have a look at a couple of them. For Facebook, we will have a demonstration of OSIF tool. For Twitter, we will be using Creepy tool, and for any additional social media information gathering, we'll use Sherlock as a tool. Let's have a demonstration of each of them one by one. Here, let's have a look at a tool called as OSIF, stands for Open Source Information Facebook. Here is the process of installation and setup. As the installation is pretty straightforward, I have already installed it. Let's execute command python 2 osif.py. Let's take help here. As you can see, get data is for fetching all friends data, get info shows information about friends, dump id fetch all id from friend list, dump phone numbers from friend list, dump mail from the friend list. Token is to generate access token, show your access token and remove access token. Now let's execute token. It will generate access token for Facebook. Here I have mentioned the username and the password for Facebook. As you can see, it says successfully generate access token, and the access token is available at cookies/token.log file. Let's go to OSIF directory, and as you can see, the cookies directory exists. I'll go to that particular directory and list file contents. I'll say cat token.log. As you can see, the token is generated and is stored in this particular file. Now let's clear the screen and execute the tool. I'll say python 2 followed by osif.py. And as you can see, this time it has taken the user properly, Rahul J. Let's take help and execute the command get data, get underscore data. As you can see, fetching all friends data, one data of friend successfully retrieved. Let's say get info, search name or ID. Here let's search for Rahul, and as you can see, the ID is shown, the username is shown, the name is shown, the first name, the last name, the gender, the work profile, everything for the friend Rahul is shown here. Here is the link to open that particular Facebook account. Let's try to dump the email address. Here, as you can see, it has created a file called as rahul_mails.txt in the output directory. Similarly, let's execute dump_phone. Once I execute it, as you can see, in the output directory, it has created a file called as rahul_phone.txt. Let's have a demonstration of Creepy tool. I open a web browser and go to google.com. Find the Creepy tool over there and click the geocreepy.com portal. I'll download the Windows installer over here. I'll proceed with execution of that installer, which is pretty simple and straightforward. Once the installation is complete, the tool will be launched. Here we'll be configuring the plugins. Flickr plugin, Google Plus, Instagram and Twitter plugin is there. We'll configure the Twitter plugin. We'll run the configuration wizard and authorize Creepy to access the Twitter account by providing the user authentication. I'll authorize this app, provide the PIN to complete the process and test the plugin configuration. Voila, it's working fine. Let's proceed further. Let's start a new project, which is a person-based project. The project name is Rahul, which is my name. I'll try to find the keywords such as Rahul, Rahul talks infosec, and Jamgade Rahul, which is my complete name. Click next and Twitter plugin is checked with my name mentioned. I'll search for that and I found out there is a user called as Rahul Jamgade, and we'll proceed with next and finish. Now for this project, let's try to find out the location of this particular person. No location found. That should be okay. Let's go to the analysis. It is trying to retrieve the tweets for user Jamgade Rahul. Here is the information for that particular user. The account was created on such and such date. The user has tweeted how many times, the description, the self-reported location, the followers and the followings. Let us have an example of the Sherlock tool. Here is the URL for Sherlock tool on the GitHub page. Here we can clone the repository by following this particular command. You just paste that command and clone the repository. Let's change the directory to Sherlock, and the next process is to install the requirements. Let's copy that command and paste it over here. Let it continue the installation of relevant files and libraries. Clear the screen and let's see how we can execute it. The usage says you can do it by taking the help Python 3 sherlock.py followed by -h for help. Here is the -v option for debugging, -folder output. If using multiple usernames, the output of the result will be saved to this folder. -output or -o. If using single username, the output of the result will be saved to this file. If you are trying to use tor, then you can use -t option. You can use -u option if you want to make sure that a new tor circuit is found after each request. -csv is for creating comma separated file. Let's change the directory to Sherlock and execute the tool Python 3 sherlock.py followed by -v, -csv, -t, -o is for output file and the name to search for on the social media platforms. As you can see, it started checking the username Rahul. It has found out existence of the user Rahul on multiple platforms, as can be seen here. Let's open this particular URL. As you can see, the user exists. Similarly, you can go on trying various URLs if they exist or not. As you can see, the user exists with the name Rahul on multiple platforms. For Goodreads, yes, it does exist. And let's try one or two more. For Instagram, let's open the link and as you can see, a user exists with that name. For LiveJournal, let's open the URL and see. Yes, it does exist. Some more social media information gathering tools, like for Facebook we can use Facebook directory, and for Twitter we can use 1 million tweet map and mention map. Facebook we can collect the user database, and for Twitter to find specific mentions about any particular word. Let us have demonstration of each one of them one by one. Here we will see the Facebook directory example. We go to facebook.com followed by /directory followed by /people. We click enter, and as we can see over here, you will find people in alphabetical orders. Here is a complete directory of all the users available on Facebook. Let's click the S alphabet, and here you will find all the users that starts with S as their username. It's a pretty big directory in itself. Now let us try with pages. Here the pages with most fans is already shown. Now you can go to particular alphabet like R and we will find all the pages over there. Now we will go to places, and here is the list of places. Let's talk here about 1milliontweetmap.com site. As you can see, here you will find time filters. You can specify the time range for which you need to find a particular type of tweet. Minimum is 5 minutes. Let's search for a particular keyword, Ryzen, and let's search in last 2 hours time period. If I click particular tweet, you can find that there is a mention of the word Ryzen. Similarly, if you go to other tweet, you will still find that the Ryzen word appeared there. You can also search by different number of hours. Again, you will find mentions of Ryzen. Here is a demo of mentionmap.com. It is a social network analysis and insight tool. As you can see, it has already mentioned that it identifies critical online relationships and conversations. I go to the website mentionmap.com. I sign in with my Twitter account and authorize the app. Once I authorize the app, it will redirect me to the analytics page. And as you can see, I am Rahul Jamgade, and in my mention map you could find that Skillshare, Threadpost and other relevant security related accounts are mentioned. I concentrate on Threadpost. Again, you find in the mention map the mentions of different accounts or tags. Here is account for Kaspersky, and the mentions that are more relevant are mentioned over here, including the tags such as PDF, ransomware, etc.